So my name is Taylor Middleton, and I'm doing a video for my government class, and we are supposed to be talking about a topic that we discussed either from the book or in class. And what I'm going to talk about is the TED video that we watched, and the guy who was speaking, his name was Patrick Awuah. I think that's how you say his last name. He was talking about leaders in his country, and I think that's a big thing with people in our school because they try and teach, the teachers in our school try to teach us to be self-sustaining learners. And I think leadership plays a big part in our school because the teachers want us to learn how to come up with different ideas. They encourage us to do things and figure out how to come up with something in complex situations, and just to be able to do something by ourselves if something's not going our way, to be able to figure it out. And I think that plays a big part in my life because coming from public school, I transferred to Miami Valley my 9th grade year, and in public school, teachers don't really look for much out of you from what I experienced. I took one advanced class in public school because that was the only one they offered in 8th grade and 7th grade, which is my language arts class. And my language arts teacher was probably my only teacher who encouraged me to think in a different way that I can remember, because a lot of teachers, from what I've experienced in public school, really don't care much. There's very few out of all the public schools in this country that do, because half of the reason why they want to teach is so that they can keep their job. Because for state tests, if you do good, if your class does good, then you keep your job and you get a bonus check. So that's like the main reason why a lot of teachers try and keep their jobs, are always talking about the OAAs that you need to take. And I think that's the difference between public schools and Miami Valley, because in public schools, it's more about kind of like the sports aspect of things. They don't really care about how you're doing in school. It's more like, oh, you don't have a paper, oh, this isn't done, oh, well, you don't have it, it's over with. But I feel like the teachers in Miami Valley, in schools like Miami Valley, they really encourage you to do your best. They're always there to help you, and they're always trying to make you a better person because they want you to be able to go out in the world and do things on your own. And that's part of what was in the video from Patrick, because he was talking about how we need to start training our young generation to learn how to think in a more complex way so we can handle situations like that, because our generation is going to be the one leading this country in a couple years, which is kind of scary. But it's things like that for our government that we need, because if we don't have great leaders, then our country is just going to go AWOL, and it just won't be here, and it'll just be bad and corrupt, and just things are just going to go all wrong, kind of like how they're going now. So I just feel like in our government, we need leaders that we've trained that know how to handle complex situations, because if we don't, then it's just not going to be good and everything's going to crumble. And we really don't need that right now. And it just seems like in our government, we need better leaders. And if we start training now and start helping students and get them teachers that actually care about them and want them to do better, I feel like that will allow those students to be more successful and learn how to do things on their own that they wouldn't have ever thought that they could do on their own, because they've never been taken that far. They've never been challenged to go there. So I just think if we can do more for generations like mine and younger. I just feel like leadership would play a big role in that, because the more that we teach about leadership and learning how to be more independent and doing things on your own and trying to figure out things that can help instead of just sitting around and watching, I feel like the government will be more successful than ever. And that's just pretty much what I had to say. So, bye.